Hey guys, what's going on? Nick Kellar, Greg Brock, coming to you with another video blog. Today I actually wanted to attack something that we're hearing a lot these days, and that is, are we in some kind of emerging bubble? I mean, everybody, the secret's out. The real estate market has been on fire, and the last time we saw something like this was the great year of 2007, 2008, when things hit the fan and kind of slid off the cliff there. So a lot of people have concerns, understandably, is this a repeat of that?
Right.
So,
but a lot of things are different now in 2020 versus 2007. So what are your thoughts on why this is a little bit different?
Yeah, I mean, it is different. So 2008, I lived it, we lived it. It was rough times, and leading up to that, you could see signs of the chink in the armor. So got to remember that a lot of that was what I call man-made. So you had Wall Street making money on mortgage-backed securities and asking banks to make more mortgages because they could make more money selling these mortgages. Well, banks were saying, well, how do we make more mortgages? We're already lending to all the people that we can. Oh, I got it. We'll lower mortgage standards. We'll do all kinds of exotic stuff. We'll get people into homes that probably shouldn't be buying homes.
Sure.
We're getting people into homes that probably can't afford the homes that they're buying, but we're creating these conditions to where they can.
Right.
So as a result of it, we had this huge fallout. Then there was this influx of inventory by virtue of distressed homes, short sales.
What was it that kind of flipped it from just going full bore, it was craziest markets that we had seen in a long, long time, to now all of a sudden people are in a bad position and we've got a huge influx of what you're about to say, short sales and foreclosure?
These exotic mortgages, I mean, you have people buying homes that they're being approved for that probably can't really afford them, but they look like they could because the mortgages were setting them up to being able to afford them, at least temporarily.
Sure.
So a lot of those were interest-only loans, right? Yep. And then once they reset after a few years, the true 30-year fixed mortgage payment comes in, and it's way higher than an interest-only payment. And now all of a sudden, people are like, "Whoa, wait a second."
Yeah,
So,
I think the economy in general, everybody was riding high, thinking everybody was going to start making more money, and that's why the interest-only loans were so appealing. That 3, 4, 5 years from now, before they bought, they were like, well, I'm going to be making more money then, and it'll be okay. And then that didn't come to fruition. And then, like you said, we had a ton of short sales and foreclosures flood the market.
Yeah, so that's really kind of what led to the market crashing. And there was this huge influx of inventory, which took many years to clean that up. Now we've been dealing, over the last few years, we've been dealing with a deepening seller's market. So we've probably heard that term before. That means there's more buyers than there are sellers, and what that does is put pressure on prices. Interest rates have stayed at historic lows. So the difference really is then was kind of man-made. We made that. Here it's just been a progressively natural deepening seller's market. For some reason or another, just there hasn't been as many people selling homes.
So as real estate professionals, we track a metric called months of inventory, right?
Yeah, so it's absorption rate. So that's how you tell whether it's a buyer's market or seller's market, is this metric called absorption rate. And how you do that is you take as many homes that have sold in just whatever time period you want to work with. I did 3 months. And you divide that by the time frame you're working with. And that gives you your sales pace. How many homes are selling per month. And then you divide that sales pace number into all the current active homes on the market. It tells you that at that sales pace, how long it would take to eat up all the inventory on the market if nothing else came on the market.
Right.
And while it's not a perfect metric, what it does, it gives you an understanding as to whether the sales pace is really, really, really fast, seller's market, or the sales pace is really, really slow, buyer's market. The rule of thumb is anything 4 to 6 months is considered even. It's kind of a balanced market. Anything 6 months or higher is a buyer's market. Anything less than that is a seller's market. But there's degrees of a seller's market. Like if you're at 3.5 months, it's a seller's market, but it's not terrible, right? You can still find a place.
Sure.
Anything less, when it starts going less than that, and around 2 months and before that, it's a heavy seller's market. It's really hard conditions. So looking back at the last 12 years, the lowest it's been in that time period was in 2017 at 3.5 months of inventory, a seller's market. As of last week, June 11th, running those numbers in our area, it was at 1.4 months. 17 years doing this, decade plus doing this,
13 years.
Never seen it. Never seen anything like that. And So it's putting strenuous conditions on people on buying, and if you're selling a house, it's great, but if you have to buy in it, it's going to take some patience and could get frustrating. So
what I'm seeing, and I'm sure you're seeing the same thing with your clients, is that it's really become quite stressful and difficult for buyers to get the properties they want. There's a lot of activity, multiple offers on nearly anything that's worth looking at. And so being positioned really well is how you're going to win out. And I think we're going to do another video on.
Yeah, stay tuned. We'll tell you how you can enhance your odds of finding a house in spite of these challenging conditions if you're buying a house. So hope this addresses any concerns you might have. If you have any questions with this, how it might affect you or anyone else, reach out to either one of us.
Yep.
Appreciate the support. Hope you and your family are staying healthy, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks a lot.